Now I know what you all must be thinking. Manchu Review Guy is gonna review Ninjabread Man? Isn't that a little like putting his middle finger up at the blind kid? Or screaming horrible offensive slurs at the guy who's deaf? Or holding a mute guy in a headlock and saying you'll only let him go when he says uncle? Isn't this like making fun of the kid who's already in special ed classes? It's been sung such to death that there's absolutely nothing left to say and you can't possibly say anything fresh or original. Hasn't it already been stated all over the internet that this is one of the worst video games ever made? Well, yes, it has been. All of those things have been said. I'm gonna say something fresh and original. That this is not a terrible game! You are terrible consumers! This is one of, if not the single greatest video games I've ever played in my life! And let me tell you, entitled peons, how! The game begins by introducing us to our titular Ninjabread Man. Where did he come from? Where is he going? What is his ultimate goal? We don't know, and it's not for us to know. For as it is said on the back of the box, Candyland is under attack. Hordes of snapping cupcakes, angry bees, and jelly monsters have taken over this once sweet and tasty land. Only one man can stop this evil army of monster cakes. He's one tough cookie, a guy that won't crumble under pressure. Ninjabread Man is here. Throw ninja stars to stun enemies, and then follow up with Ninjabread Man's mighty samurai sword, reducing enemies into a quivering pool of raspberry jam. Collect power-ups to increase the power and range of Ninjabread Man's weapons, and use the ninja's skills to jump onto high ledges, dash past enemies, and find magic candies. Can Ninjabread Man save the day? Candyland's future depends on you. There's a brief tutorial through the Ninja Dojo that teaches you the basic essentials of movement and combat, all of which are very flawed and have inherent problems. The motion control is the stuff of absolute shovelware shit. But you know what? You try swinging a katana around when you've never been taught before. You try throwing a ninja star like it's nothing. You can't! This is a game that perfectly and accurately captures the struggle, the hate, and the feelings and emotions associated with everyday life. For as it was said by Dante in the Inferno, your own city so rife with hatred that the bitter cup flows over was mine too in that other cleaner life. Your citizens nicknamed me Chiako the Hog. Gluttony was my offense, and for it I lie here swollen like a log. Nor am I lost in this alone. All these you see here, healed this painful death, have wallowed in the same indecencies. It is an accomplishment by which most video games can only dream to obtain. Ninjabread Man goes about fighting his enemies, cupcakes, and bees, and other sweet things in his land of chocolate and greatness. When in reality, when you look at the land of chocolate and greatness, it is in fact a place, a hellish dimension, if you will. Things like one another, your fellow delicious confectionaries, are also out to kill you. Much the same way that man kills man, treat kills sweet, sweet kills treat, cupcake kills Ninjabread Man. Why? I don't know. We don't know. There is a grand purpose here, a grand idea at stake, a survival of the fittest, long after we have evolved to the point where the fittest don't need to be on top anymore. We could seek peace, we could seek equality, but instead we continue to combat ourselves and separate one another into cupcakes and Ninjabread Man and bees and Ninjabread Men and white men and black men and Ninjabread Men. After a barely functioning tutorial, we are thrust into the rest of our adventure. mostly consisting of 3 nearly identical levels in which you pick up transportation pods of some kind that will allow you to teleport into the next world. It is appropriate, in that by now the disillusionment has worn off. In the first stage we are meant to sit there and question, could this be all there is? Is there nothing more to this experience? And slowly but surely we realize, no, there isn't. Kinda like graduating from college. No, there's nothing more. Your best years are behind you. The most creative part has already worn stale. You have already become jaded. Through this crap-saccharine candy land, the Ninjabread man wanders, continuing to cut down swaths of enemies in his way. Well, not really swords. There's only a handful in the entire game. The danger's really pretty negligible. But nonetheless, he continues to fight and endure. He sees the beloved rivers of his Candyland turn to a boiling jam in the lava caves, and struggles to find every piece of those teleportation pods as he moves farther and farther away. Surely there must be an answer somewhere. Surely he can escape this nightmare. But no matter where he retreats to, there is more. We tell ourselves we can escape from these nightmares, that we can run away. I can move to a different city, no one will know who I am. I can drink and drink and drink, and if I take in all this alcohol, I myself will forget my own failings. I just have to build one more damn ship in one more damn bottle, and then my life will be right. Much like escaping to a new zone, over and over again the way Ninjabread Man does. But the world never becomes better. He never finds what he's looking for. He only finds more misery. After a paltry 45 minutes, Ninjabread Man reaches the end of his quest. He crosses over into the last of the teleporters. And where does he find himself? A black screen, followed by the main menu. We're right back where we started, and we're no better for it! This is not a game, my friends. This is life! Ninjabread Man's quest is an endless search for fulfillment in a world not built and not interested in giving it to him. The world does not care if I live or die. The world does not care if you live or die. And the world does not care what Ninjabread Man's accomplishments are. He is just a thing. And the world is cold and uncaring towards him. And when he dies, he will not be remembered. He may not even respawn. His is a horrid existence, just like ours. In time, we too will grow old and die. We too will be presented with the black screen. Maybe there's a main menu after that, but maybe there isn't. Whatever cruel, sick entity brought Candyland into existence clearly has no cares at this time, but perhaps has found them, for he has sent them their savior through the Ninjabread Man, and more importantly, through me. Quote Gerald L. Schroeder's book, God According to God. Because of our misdirected choices in the generation of Noah, God regretted having allowed the world to develop as it did and chose a new path for its continuation. God realized that the world needed to be rewired and acted on a new divine realization. As the Bible makes it clear in incident and after incident, this is a God who can only be described by the dynamics of the verb reaching into the future. How can anyone have thought the static I am could describe such a force?
How can anyone possibly be this smart and this stupid at the same time?
Ha! Suck on that! Hey, when does the new episode of Runaways come out anyway?
When it's done!
Candy ass. We quest for greatness and cannot find it. And perhaps we will never find it. The way Ninjabread Man never found it. But in spite of these terrible dark themes, my friends, Ninjabread Man has a greater accomplishment, that it did find its purpose. Its purpose to give this message to the people of the world and remind you all that we are not alone. Our failures are not ours alone. Others have failed with us. The Ninjabread Man has failed with us. And to what do we return this attempt to bring us light? Internet reviewers calling this game shit. I do not wish to live in a world in which Ninjabread Man is not acknowledged for the truly glorious piece of postmodern genius that it is. The back of the box did not even distinguish between what a ninja and what a samurai is. I would ordinarily be disgusted by such racism, but such racism is the world that we live within. At the end of the day, maybe I have saved Candyland, but it all appears to be exactly the same. The Ninjabread Man's journey might not have been in vain, but I believe that it's very possible that it was. We tried to bring the misdirection. We tried to bring the new age. But what have we accomplished? We got a black screen, and we're taken back to the title. Quote that one book one of my neighbors wrote that one time. I want to fondle your chest. I was going to say breasts or hooters or something regular, but that might get us kicked off stage for foul language at Emmanuel. Chest could mean anything. It could mean that part below the neck that's not really the boobs yet. The pre-boob region. Such is life. Ninjabread Man, without a doubt, is one of the most realistic, down-to-earth, and well-thought-out video games I've ever played in my life, and deserves to be up there in the great pantheon of games. Just like Action Girls Racers, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader the video game, MC Groove Dance Craze, and the Eager Reader Bible Stories. Seriously, this thing is awesome. Listen to this. They tried many times to catch Samson, but each time he would escape, and when they would fight him, Samson always won, even when there were 1,000 men against him. Then Samson met a woman named Delilah. "Tell me the secret to your strength," she said sweetly. At first, Samson said no, but after many times he said, "Duh, okay, I'll tell you. If you cut my hair, I'll be weak." The next time Samson was asleep, Delilah let the Philistines sneak in. They cut off his hair and tied him up. When Samson woke up, he could not get away. He was not strong anymore. The Philistines had a big party. "Samson is our prisoner," they sang. But Samson was very sorry he had broken his promise to God. He prayed, "God, let me be strong once more." So God made Samson strong again. Samson pushed the pillars nearby with all his might. Ah! They fell, and the whole building fell with them. He and all his enemies died. The end! At the end of the day, I have exhausted every resource. I have used all of Ninjabread Man's powers, and I have tried to save the land of candy. But have I succeeded? Is it really any better than it was before? No, I have failed. Life is one big failure after another big failure. Our existence is just running around as the Ninjabread Man does, trying to obtain the tools that we need for our success, or at least trying to get somewhere else. And we fail again and again and again. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Don't eat that kitty! I was saving that for later! This has been Manchu Review, and as we all know, next month, July 1st, is Canada Day. And Canada's certainly given me a lot of terrible things to work with. It's finally... What the... Hey there, buddy. I just heard you were doing a special review for Canada Day. And I thought I'd get a front row seat, eh?
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true nature in all thy sun.
Because of our misdirected choices in the generations of Noah, God regretted having allowed the world to develop as it did and chose a new path for communication.
Fuck this voice.